How will my strengths benefit me as an RA? If someone could just tell me. I don't know how I'm going to write this essay. I love all my strengths. I don't know how I'm going to implement them if I've never even been in the role before.
We love you too.
Who are you?
You can do it. I believe in you. You can do anything you set your mind to.
You're my personified developer strength.
Yeah, that was quick.
I mean, you're literally wearing a sign that says developer on it, so...
Look at you analyzing those context clues. You're so smart.
I mean, I wasn't really that much of a thinker. I would know.
My intellection.
Well, Megan, I've been thinking about your RA assignment.
I would hope so, since that's your job.
You wanted someone to just tell you. Why not ask us? All right, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Achiever. There you are. Yeah, where were you when I was trying to write my essay earlier?
Well, I'm here now, and that's what matters.
Oh, okay. Where's input?
I'm here. I'm just listening and, gathering input. Hey, can we get this done already? Well, I guess we need a starting place, or a theme, if you will. Why do you want to be an RA? I like helping people. It makes them feel good, which makes me feel good, and then everybody's feeling good.
Empathy. Good, we're all here.
Empathy, that's a great starting point. You guys are doing so well. What's next?
Well, there has to be some sort of prompt, right? This is an assignment.
Yeah, I'll just read you the question from the email. Tell us how you think your top 5 strengths will benefit you as an RA individually, working with residents, and working within a team. How so and why?
Well, for first-year students, I can encourage them to grow as a person. Help them transition from high school to college, which can be rough for some.
Oh, I feel that. Well, yes, your empathy. You feel everything. I'm just saying I can relate. I had really good RAs and peer mentors, especially my first year. I was having a rough transition, and my peer mentor Shay helped me by listening to me, providing support, and pointing out resources for me. And now I just want to pass the kindness along.
I love helping others. That's one of the main reasons I want to be an RA, like I said earlier. I love helping people succeed. I'm like a proud coach watching her players score the winning goal.
So what happens if they miss the shot? What do you do then?
Thanks for asking input. That will certainly happen from time to time, but with intellection's help, we can brainstorm ideas of ways to improve next time. As for being an RA, I can help them balance their college lifestyle a little better, plan a consistent study schedule, or give them ideas for stress relief. And if I can't help them, I can point them in the direction of someone who can.
So how does this pertain to you working with the other RAs then?
Well, I'm not afraid to seek help or ask for advice when I need it. I really believe that working together makes the entire team stronger. It's not a competition, and we can all use each other's individual strengths in order to do what is best for our residents. We can all learn from each other and, be better, and that's something that I'm consistently developing.
I also do that. I help developer implement the advice she's given.
That's right. I wouldn't be able to develop or help others develop if I didn't do anything about them. The ideas would be just that, ideas. Until you turn them into actions, you little go-getter, you.
I do have the drive to get things done.
Except essays, apparently.
Ignoring that, developer is certainly the heart behind the process. And intellection here comes up with the ideas. And I turn words and ideas into actions. You want something done? I'm your guy. I just have natural energy to get things done. I love checking things off the old to-do list.
Okay, so as an RA...
As an RA, you can count on me to tend to my responsibilities and following through on what I say I'm going to do. To the best of my ability, of course. This will establish trust between me and the other residents, as well as me and the other RAs. And that's an important part of working together. All the world is made of faith, trust, and pixie dust. Peter Pan. Anyway, I couldn't do what I do without intellection. You can't take action without an idea. I make that idea happen, which I think correlates with your third pillar of the E-Town Residents Life community, the inspiring, meaningful learning. I want to make that happen with the other RAs, with the other residents. I could do workshops on homesickness, how to deal with that, how to deal with stress, or maybe like a workshop on where all the resources are at E-Town. Something like that. Just some ideas off the top of my head. Thanks, Intellection.
Well, you're welcome, Achiever. You know me, my mind's always thinking. My mind does not stop. Ever. But if a resident or RA comes to me for help, I'm always willing to brainstorm, and I'll analyze the heck out of every situation in order to achieve the best possible outcome. I get ideas from input of the world around me. It's like in the movie Robots. See a need, fill a need. And I can't do that without listening, which input is so good at doing. What? Sorry.
Awkward.
Duh, I'm just kidding. You should have seen your faces. Well, I am hearing impaired, so I do miss things sometimes. But ironically, I'm a very good listener. I think it's very important to listen to understand. No, not just listen to respond.
I hate when people hear me, but they're not actually listening to like the words that I'm saying, you know?
Everyone just wants to feel listened to. Exactly. Listening to understand is something that I plan to implement with my residents to make sure that everyone feels heard and understood. And I also use visual input and emotional awareness to sense if something's wrong. And I can just ask them if they're having trouble with a professor or a class or their social life or something. Sometimes they just need someone to listen. And RAs too. Like developer said earlier, we're a team, and checking in with your fellow RAs is just as important as tending to your residents. Right, being an RA doesn't mean just caring about your residents, it means caring about the community and everyone in it as well. As Input said, it's important to listen to people and trying to understand where they're coming from. Me being empathy, I think it's really important to understand where people are coming from, or at least trying to understand. Doing so bridges the gap, and it builds trust, and that's crucial between you and everyone you're working with.
Wow, you guys really take being an RA seriously. Well, of course we do. It's an important job and an important part of the E-Town College community.
Well, there's still a couple other things that we have to address. How do you guys supplement the 3 pillars? Creating vibrant and inclusive communities, fostering a sense of belonging, and inspiring meaningful learning. Well, in terms of creating a vibrant and inclusive community, I think it goes back to understanding others' perspectives. When you understand where they're coming from, you empathize, and you can use that understanding in order to make them feel more included. You can relate to that, Megan.
That's true. I remember my FYS peer mentors asked me how they could include me in the FYS because I was having trouble hearing in such a big group. And just the simple fact that they asked made me feel included by itself. And being inclusive also fosters a sense of belonging, just as you demonstrated. Input awareness recognizes that there's a problem, and then I want to help, and we listen to their feelings, and then Achiever does something about it to address it.
And regarding inspiring meaningful learning, I can use the bulletin boards in order to convey helpful tips. I recall one bulletin board last year with the theme Healthy Relationships, and I thought it was very clever to use such an easy to engage with medium in order to convey information about a topic that will not be taught in academic courses. And also, the social programs that RAs work with the community fellows to do hit all 3 pillars in one fell swoop. Yeah, I remember karaoke last year. It was super fun. It was really vibrant and open to everyone. And I mean, introverts could just watch while the extroverts sing, and it was a social opportunity for people to get to know each other.
Oh, Intellection was telling me about these great ideas she was having about like a trivia night or an ice cream social or a movie night, or we could possibly do this thing where...
Well, I'm working on more and better ideas than that. But I am eager to set opportunities for my residents to engage with each other and to foster a fun and safe community. I'm looking forward to meeting people and establishing meaningful relationships.
Aw, I love seeing how excited you guys are about this. Alright, well, there's still one more question to address. What strengths do you believe will supplement yours?
Positivity, activator, ideation, maximizer, and woo.
Wow, you knew that right off the bat.
Well, I think about strengths a lot.
Alright, well, do you care to elaborate?
Absolutely. There are 4 domains that the strengths lie in: relationship building, execution, influencing, and strategic thinking. Now, your strengths lie in relationship building and strategic thinking, and your achiever allows you to have a little bit of execution. However, you have no strengths in influencing. You completely lack charisma.
Hey, wait a minute. Now, intellection, I'm sure there's a better way to phrase your point.
I only mean that you're better one-on-one, especially with your hearing, but that's not a bad thing. We all have things that we can work on. But that's precisely why Maximizer, Activator, and Woo, especially Woo, can help. They have the ability to rally a crowd in order to bring my ideas to fruition. Why? Because they're influencing strengths.
Okay, but what about positivity and ideation?
Well, for me, ideation would be great to listen to. Some people have a tough time being heard, like you do sometimes, and sometimes they just need a listening ear to have the confidence to bring it up to the group, which could benefit everyone as a whole, compared to if the idea wasn't brought up at all.
Positivity will keep my energy up. I admit I can get a little frustrated if things don't go my way, but positivity will keep me going.
That's awesome, guys. You know, I think I'm ready to write this essay now.
Or just in the video.
You're right. You're right. What would I do without you? What would I do without any of you? Thank you guys so much for your help. You know, I really appreciate every single one of you.
I mean, we are you, aspects of you. You know, you're just talking to yourself. Shh. This is a beautiful moment. Okay, well, my work is done. Ooh, I should start thinking about scholarship applications.
Glad we can help you. Keep improving.
Go get 'em, Slugger. Crush this RA application process. You got this.
Listening to others is important, but so is listening to yourself.
Wow, that was really profound input.
Love conquers all.
I don't know what to do with that statement, but thank you for your contribution.
You're welcome.
Well, there you have it, my strengths as an RA. They all complement each other so well, and like I stated earlier, my overall goal is just to help the students of E-Town, whether that's as a friend or a resource or whatever else I can do to help. And what better way to do that than be an RA?